Shalom, shalom, Israel. Just wanted to make a quick video, just speaking some things that's been on my mind. Um, you know, Going through a lot of changes right now. I don't want to get into all of it. Those who know, know. If you know, you know, all that dumb stuff. But, um, you know, I've had a hard time coming to grips with like speaking my mind. And I'm tired of it. It's like I'm finally to the point where it's like I'm over it. I'm just gonna speak my mind, no matter who it offends, no matter who's annoyed by it. Um, I see a lot of comments like other people who make content. Some people criticize them for how much they make. Some people criticize them for how little they make. Some people don't want you to make content at all. Some people want you to keep making content. Some people want you to make more than you can handle, in your day to day. Especially with all these algorithms and all these other isms and stuff going on, like to get popular on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and all this other stuff, you got to post every day. You got to do this, you got to do that. People's attention span is short, so now we're going to push videos that are 15 seconds long. Who can get a real message out in 15 minutes, 15 seconds? I don't know of anybody who can do that. You can definitely sow a seed in 15 seconds, but to get a real impactful message out takes a lot longer than 15 seconds on average. Um, granted, granted, this is like one of those like a pepper spray or a bullet spray situation where it's like, okay, tons and multiples of 15-second clips and all that can definitely sow a strong seed, right? And so it's not to be ignored. Because some of us only have this outlet of social media, videos, digital stuff, all these digital platforms to get your word out. Of course, we could go into the world and try to speak, but people are just as likely to, put their head into the sand, put their heads down, and keep on moving, which is cool, because any message out there, whether it's good or bad, whether it's of the Most High or not, it's meant for those who it's meant for. So if it's not meant for you, if you don't want it, then yeah, keep moving. That's on you. Uh, but I think that for me personally, I think I'm just gonna like say screw it. Whatever comes to heart, whatever comes to mind on any given day, any given Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, back to Sunday. I'm just gonna say it and I'm gonna put it up. And we don't worry about likes around here. We don't worry about views. We don't worry about shares. And we don't worry about money. I'm not doing this to make no money. And I would hope that anybody who is truly living for the Most High is not doing what they're doing just for the soul of making money. There's a lot of different things I wanted to do in my endeavors, both professionally and personally. But none of it has to do with wanting to make more money just for what? Just so I can be seen, so I can walk down the street with some stupid ass Balenciaga, and Gucci or whatever other brands are popular these days. Like if you know me, I don't give a damn about brands. I wear what I like to wear. I buy from my own. I support my own, especially when it comes to light that some of these brands really do not fuck with us like that. And there are a lot who really don't, and yet they still somehow convince you to go out and buy all their stuff, all their overpriced gear. And mind you, a lot of it does look good. But at the same time, you're paying. Some people are paying like mortgages and rents worth and car notes worth of money for like a logo, for a specific logo. There's a lot of good looking clothes out here that does not come with that cost, and what's the saying goes, it's not the clothes who make the man, it's the man who makes the clothes. So I prefer to find people who make the clothes, and then I'll go wear those. The people whose designs I like, whose appeal I like, and whose values I like, most importantly. So I just say all that to say, I'm in a time in my life right now where I don't really give a damn what too many people think anymore. A lot of people, I shared a few of my upcoming plans with a few people in my circle, and I'm just really starting to see just how destructive a circle can be, whatever you want to, if you want to call it that. Um, I don't prefer to call it a circle. Somebody once told me, I don't have a circle, I have a line. You can either get in line or you can get out of the line. And I like that because my line is like I'm going straight. I'm going straight toward the mark of whatever I'm seeking, and that's the Most High first and foremost. And my goal is to get the message out as best as I can. Someone who's like really shy and introverted like I am, it's a tough thing to do. Anybody who knows me knows how hard it is to even just sit down here and hit record and make these videos. But I have to do it because otherwise I'm just sitting here doing what? I could sit here and study and learn as much as I can and live as best as I can, which I'm not living the best right now in numerous different ways. And those who know. If you know, you know. And those who don't, maybe we'll get into it later, but right now you don't need to know. But I'm transparent enough to let you know that I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. We all have our faults. I don't care who you are. I don't care how loud you bark your message. I don't care, how. Why is this alarm always every single time? I'm gonna make sure I turn it off next time. Yeah, I don't care how loud you bark. We all have flaws, right? And we all fall short in some way. And that's not to say, okay, so we fall short, but that doesn't mean we have to accept that. Like we can strive to not fall short, and we're still gonna fall short. But if we striving to do better, to do right, sometimes that's enough. Because little by little, you're gonna whittle down that. It's like trying gold in the fire. You're gonna whittle down all those impurities, imperfections, and you're gonna get yourself right. And so that's how I prefer to see it, because there's still a lot of stuff in my own life. And I always tell people, man, if I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself. So like some of the things I say, it doesn't come from like a judgmental point of view. It comes from a place of love, because it's what I want for myself too. And I love myself. And there were times in my life where I could not confidently say that I love myself. There was times in my life where I wanted to take myself out because I didn't love myself, because I thought that I was a blight on this world, a stain on this world. I no longer feel that way, so you don't have to feel sorry about that. There are other people still struggling with that kind of stuff, and there are people who have gone down that path a lot, gone a lot deeper down that path than I have, and they're still kicking, they're still striving, they're still surviving. And so, I think that for me, this season is no more excuses. I don't just because I feel a certain way doesn't mean I have to accept it. It doesn't mean I'm going to be perfect in all ways, but I don't have to accept it. I can wake up every day and say, you know what, today is the day I decide to make a change, make a difference in my own life at least. And if I can make that difference in my own life, I know that I can communicate what I need to make a difference, hopefully in somebody else's. No more pretending and no more trying to fit in. Sorry. No more trying to fit in with the typical tropes, the typical stereotypes, all of the, I guess, normal things that people do in this world. I'm going to speak out against Thanksgiving. I'm going to speak out against Christmas and all these other bullshit holidays that mean nothing. I've worked in an industry where the lifeblood of the industry was tied to the energy that is, drummed up around those holidays, and it's disgusting. It's really disgusting. It really makes you think about, the very fabric of this world and what it means, and why, why exactly we're encouraged to follow that stuff. And when you see it from that perspective, you literally get sick to your stomach. It's just like eating too much of something, right? It's like you could grow up loving. I grew up loving like milk and ketchup, and I would eat that stuff. I would eat that stuff until my damn ears fall out. Nah, you know, and I can't stand it now. And it's just like that. It's like too much of anything is except for the Most High. Too much of anything is a problem. And so yeah, like um I don't want to partake in it anymore. I haven't partaken in a personal sense for quite some time. But I also, you know, I recently had to evaluate my career and what I was involved in, and I didn't particularly enjoy what I was actually doing because of that, you know. Um, just like there have been many actors out here who, once they realize what they're actually involved in, which a lot of it is witchcraft, um, they say, you know, I can't do this anymore. It's literally eating away at my spirit, and there's a reason for that. It's unnatural, um, you know. And I shouldn't be more afraid to promote the Most High than I am a movie or an album or a TV show or a new game or whatever it is, you know, that we look forward to every day. Never, ever, ever should that be the case. So, you know, I made some personal decisions in my life to change that. And it's my goal over the long run to hopefully inspire change in others to see where exactly we have gone wrong as a people. There's a lot that's been going on. You know, the last thing I spoke on was like the Kanye, Kyrie Irving stuff. No matter what y'all feel about that, you know, I mean, even I have my reservations still, right? It's like, look, I don't know what their true motive is. I know that they're still connected to that world. You know, Kyrie did it really smart in that he decided not to, you know, he didn't poke the bear too much. He did just enough to be able to stay in his position. I'm hoping that he's kind of taking like this covert approach where he's, you know, he's using them for their resources and then hopefully funneling that back into good. But I truly don't know. You know, I don't know where Kyrie's mind is. I don't know where Kanye's mind is. I don't know either one of them. Except I do agree with the messages they put out overall. But I do not know you know, I don't know the intent behind those messages. So I'm not going to sit here and outright say that they're just, you know, the ultimate righteous examples to follow. Um, I think a lot of us are too easily swayed by these celebrities, too easily influenced by them, and not just celebrities, but just public opinion in general. Um, you know, there's a lot that I've been I guess I would say afraid. Yeah, afraid to say in my career, in my time on this earth, for fear of losing my job, for losing my career, for losing my credentials, you know, for losing my credibility. And I'm tired of that, because the truth is the truth, and I'm no longer willing to compromise on that. You know, the Most High has shown me from birth. I've been able to trace it back to birth. Every single step that I have taken was the Most High's doing. He told me where to go. He told me how to get there. He told me what to do, even when I didn't realize who it was or why I was doing what I was doing. And I'll go more into, you know, detail about some of this stuff in due time. But it's the funny thing is, it's like who the big question is, who are we pandering to? Who exactly are we pandering to? Because last I checked, you know, we look up to these politicians, these celebrities, these billionaires, these big names. We look up to the system, you know, Fox News and CNN and whoever else and whatever. We look up to all of it, and they set a standard for what we should be thinking and how we should be feeling. But who told them what we should be feeling and thinking, right? My question to you is, who told you that you were anything less or anyone less than anyone smaller than what they are. You know, the only difference between you and them is that they have their face on a TV screen, which a lot of us are able to do nowadays anyway. We have YouTube, you know. A lot of people watch YouTube on their TV screens. Why do we put so much stock into these so-called authoritative sources when they put their pants on the exact same way that you do every single day? They shit, they eat, they sleep, they shower, they drink, they do this, they do that. They do every single thing that you do. But the difference is that they know how to oppress you and oppress your mind. They know how to, I guess, teach you how to be a slave. And that's why I agreed with Kanye when he said slavery is a choice. And a lot of people didn't like that statement when he said it, and a lot more people have awakened to what it actually meant. But it's still a lot of people who would hear that statement and say, "Oh, how blasphemy! How can you say it was a choice?" No, it is a choice. Sure, yes, our ancestors were in chains. They fed our babies to alligators. They did a lot of horrible things. They didn't even see us as human, and that's what that's a funny thing I struggle with when people tell me, personally, like I'm not bigoted in any way, but you're not gonna sit here and tell me that the same people who put your ancestors in chains and considered them less than human, fed their babies to alligators and hung them from trees. You cannot sit here and tell me that it's wrong for me to say, well, I've had enough of that. I think I am more than that. I think I am bigger than that. And therefore that I think that makes me bigger than them. You can't tell me that that's not right. Like it's, and I'm going to put a clip up I saw of the sister who talked against Stockholm Syndrome. And it was really clever how they did it. But Stockholm Syndrome is real. They make you feel bad for thinking the exact same way that they thought about you to get to where they are now. It's easy to try to walk back what you felt before when you're already in the high lofty places and you have your little puppet fingers controlling the world. But all of a sudden, when I want to go think back to my history and what it meant to me and how it affected and impacted me and my family and my brothers and sisters and my people, all of a sudden I'm a bigot. Y'all are crazy as hell. Y'all are crazy as hell. And I'm not living for that no more. I'm done. I'm done with that. I'm no longer afraid of what the consequences may be. Oh, how are you ever going to get a job talking like that? Nobody's going to ever want to deal with you. Nobody's ever going to want to hire you or work with. I don't care. The Most High, like I told you, has kept me every single step of the way. Before I even knew what the hell I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing sometimes. I wake up every single day not knowing how the hell am I still living. You think I give a damn about what some idiot thinks? As if I'm not as much of an authority on this fucking earth. I'm sorry please excuse my language. But as if I'm not an authority on this earth as they are, or as they claim to be. I wake up every single day and I make my own damn choices. I don't need nobody to tell me anything. And that's the problem with our people is that we don't study to show ourselves approved. We sit here and let them tell us what to think every single day, watching the news, watching these I guess indoctrination programs, these TV shows and these movies. Y'all wonder why kids have gone so crazy, why there's so much homosexuality, why there's so much violence, why there's so much this and that, the gender wars. All of it is literally being planted in your brain by the people who do not want to see you succeed because they know it's detrimental to the foundation of your people. Why you think music is garbage now? Especially in the black community. Music is absolutely trash. It promotes nothing but violence, destruction, self-hatred, evil towards your brothers and your sisters. Why would I want to live in any of that? That's why I don't promote none of none of that garbage, none of it. And I'm just one man, but I feel like if I can speak this truth unabashedly and unabatedly, maybe it'll reach somebody. Maybe it'll finally reach somebody, and that person can reach somebody else, and that person reaches somebody else. I shared a video recently from Brandon T. Jackson talking about that, talking about um, you know, building that circle amongst your, I'm not just saying your own in some sort of racial sense, but just in general from people who don't buy into this garbage mindset and system and way of life and thinking that we're encouraged to through the media. You know, that Shinquilla story, as you know, I didn't even see the video. I didn't want to see the video. I didn't want to see the video of her getting absolutely obliterated by her so-called friends. Um, but the story itself really started to make me think about it. It was like, wow, first of all, you have to really, 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 really know who you're dealing with out here. And I don't care if it's family, I don't care if it's friends, I don't care who it is. There's a lot of family members who would, and I'm not even gonna get into a lot of that stuff. I got stuff in my own life I could speak to, and maybe I will someday. But for right now, all I want to say is that it taught me to really think about who you're dealing with and why you're dealing with them, and that they're not doing the things that are beneficial, not just to you and your life, but to the benefit of your people. You got to let them go. And I don't care how much you love them. You got to let them go, because I don't love anybody more than I love the Most High. And I don't love and after that, I don't love anybody more than I love myself. So I'm gonna be very cautious with who I deal with from now on. But I've already, like I said, I've had things in my own personal life that I was naive to, and when those unfortunate episodes came to pass, I didn't. It was a very good learning moment. It was a good teaching moment for myself. And I always look at every, and I don't want to say downfall. It wasn't a downfall, but it was more like a snapback to reality. I look at everything as a learning opportunity. And so I was blessed to be able to go through that, because it allowed me to see things for what they truly are in multiple different facets. And that's happened in my life before, that's happened over and over again. But this time was different, because this time I had to tell myself, you know what, I'm no longer fooling myself into thinking that what it is isn't, and what isn't is. And that's what this world tries to teach us. It teaches us everything is backwards. You get people don't like to speak the truth about anything anymore. You bring up critical race theory, they don't like to. It was all fine and dandy to teach the truth and teach history and everything around everything that has to do with our existence, when we thought that it was all true. But all of a sudden, when things start coming out that suggest that some of that stuff is not true, or some of that stuff is more heinous than they let on, all of a sudden, oh, we shouldn't be teaching our children about what happened before. Let's just no, why not? Because now you're asking us to forget how we got here in the first place, so that you can continue to oppress us, so that you can continue to play these charades with our lives. Forget that, man. Nah, no. We're not forgetting that damn thing. Just like we're never allowed to forget the Holocaust, even though we have a Holocaust of our very own still happening to this day, and y'all don't even understand how or why and how impactful. I'm talking about millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, potentially billions of people who would have been on this earth right now are not here because of what they have done and are still doing to us. But we're supposed to feel sorry, and we're supposed to feel, some kind of way about their story, and we're never supposed to forget. Never forget. Remember, never forget 9/11. Never forget the Holocaust. How about you never forget what the hell y'all did to our people? But y'all love to, as soon as we bring something up about that, we're blasphemous. We're bigoted. Fuck y'all, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I don't even know who I'm speaking to exactly when I'm saying y'all, but um, I'm over it, clearly, as you can tell. Um, man, the Most High put something on my heart tonight. I hate that these rants and these thoughts couldn't be more structured. Um, and this is not how my brain works. Everybody who knows me knows that I'm much better. I'm a much better writer than I am a speaker. So sometimes I just turn this camera on and just speak what's on my mind. It's all over the place. It's all jumbled, mumbled, and you know, it is what it is. But I got to get it out, and I'm going to continue to do it. Before I was afraid, like, oh, what will people think about this? And what will people think? I don't care anymore. I don't care. I don't care. I've seen enough like vitriol from my own family, um, you know, directly and indirectly, um, close and extended, to not give a damn about what anybody thinks anymore. Who cares what y'all think? All that matters is the truth, and that's all I'm going to speak. That's all I'm going to, that's all I'm going to put out there from now on. So, and if it offends you, hey man, feel free to walk away. Feel free to just like waltz right on out of my life. I truly don't care. Um, as for me and my house, I'm going to serve the Most High. I'm going to continue to enjoy the new breath of life that I've been given. I wake up every day praising the Most High for the breath of life that He's given me. And I just want to speak on something real quick, not to be on no bragging stuff, man, but just think about this, man. Before and even now, I have been really stubborn and stiff-necked and hard-headed to obey the Most High. A lot of that is trauma-induced, but for whatever reason, I have not been able to get fully right. And the Most High still saw fit to bless me in certain ways that I can never, ever, ever repay Him for. And just imagine now that I'm trying to scrub my mind clean. Not that I haven't been trying, but it's a lot of stuff that's helped me, had me relapse into certain behaviors and things that are not conducive to a healthy lifestyle, healthy way of living, and a healthy way of worshiping the Most High. Just imagine now that I am finally at the point where I truly don't give a damn, and I am going to do everything in my power to live for Him, to walk in His statutes. Just imagine how much He's going to bless us now. Anybody who's walking after the Most High's heart, He is going to bless you beyond your mind's belief. Anybody else, as much as you enjoy life, you won't enjoy it nearly as much as those who follow after the Most High. That's all I got to say about that. Shalom.